Yo, can you hear me? Bear me one moment, people. We about to get it popping.
Hear me better? All right, people, we're back. We're back. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. Now let's start over.
Can't hear you. Can't hear. What's up, Chocolate Earth? I had slightly heard you. I'm gonna go on my phone. All right. Bear with us one moment. We got a good show for y'all today. Shout outs to Chocolate Earth, Queen Chocolate Earth, Queen Chocolate Earth, Queen Chocolate Earth, Chocolate, Chocolate. We got a good, like a real good show for y'all today. When I say a real good show, like what they say, hell don't hunt no fury. Um, we talking about the Dr. Umar Johnson slaughter on the show on the Joe Button podcast.
Can you hear me now? Okay,
Perfect.
I just switched now. I was on my iPad and on my iPhone, so hopefully my phone will work better now. So we're back in here again. Hope you guys had a good special holidays for you. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I know I did, but Hakeem, man, how was your holidays, brother? How you feeling?
Mom was fabulous, man. You know, chilling with family. We
Hope
had
you
Thanksgiving.
guys. Hey man, that's good to hear, man. My mom came to town, man, for the whole week. She had a birthday, she had Christmas. It was, man, just wonderful time. Just wonderful having your mother around with the wife and everything. Just it was just beautiful, man. Just to have some family here in LA. But we're here, man. We're here. We're back at it as always. As personally, Ronnie's not here. He's not feeling well. So prayers up to Ronnie, but he will be back on Friday. And that will be the last show of our year of 2023, baby. And after that, 2024, hey man, we about to take over. Chaos Coach we're about to be everywhere. Everywhere. But not let's just say let's get to these topics. We got some topics for you guys. We got two topics for you guys. Hope you enjoy yourself. Just sit back, relax. You got to say in the chat. I see you, Gore. Shout out to Gore. We see you. Chuck of the Earth. I see you. We see you. Shout out to you both. Anybody else is watching this, man, we appreciate you guys. So let's get back to these topics. So we're gonna talk about Dr. Umar Johnson. So He was on Button podcast this past week and everything. We get some people podcasts get controversial and everything. I remember he talked about Eminem, not being the best rapper, one of the best rapper ever did it. And he said, no white person who can ever dominate the black rap and everything. And it was funny, hilarious. But he also went viral for this video we're gonna show, and he kind of went on the black woman. He called this the black women syndrome. I'm not going to explain it. We're gonna play the video so y'all get a glimpse, and after that we're gonna chop it up. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Hold on. Sugar bomb.
We see Sugar. She got her pace back. Sugar.
Sugar. Hey, Sugar, how's your grandmother doing?
Yeah, hopefully she's well. Hopefully she's well.
Your grandmother's doing well.
All prayers for her. All prayers.
Let me know how she's doing.
Beautiful black.
That boy, Dr. Umar, man, he could start off some conversation and he go viral with some other stuff, man. Mm-hmm. So he puts this as the black woman syndrome, and this is interesting. So definitely hear your take, Hakeem, on this one, man, on our brother Umar, man. So what's your take on what Dr. Umar says about the black woman syndrome?
I think that honestly, that's something he made up, and I think that he's not accounting. I guess since he's only particularly talking about black people, he called it that. But you know what I mean? From a person who lives around, I've lived around white folks and Asians and all that. They go through the same thing too. There's a lot of white women who go through these phases, and at that particular time, they didn't put dating and marriage as a forefront, and they was I drooled a little.
It's all good.
My bad, I'm getting old. Yeah, so I look at that and say that, hey, how does that a black woman syndrome where there's a lot of white women who are single and fine, and Hispanics and Asians. Asians have the same thing, and there's some Indian women who, you know what I mean, like America in general, I don't know about other places, America in general are going through the same thing. We're only particularly talking about our own community. But if we was to peek in others, they're going through the same thing. It's just not talked about. We are always on the microscope.
But yeah, I agree with that, Hakeem. Yeah, what Dr. Umar is saying, I think he's a super duper deep thinker. Super deep thinker and everything. And then as you go on like his lives and everything on Instagram, he talks to a lot of women on his Instagram lives. I've seen it from time to time and everything. And just hear about the dating out here with the black women and everything, and black men as well. With this, I got to disagree with Umar on this because there's a lot of black women who wants to get married. There's a lot of black women out there that I see there's feminine or who's feminine or who doesn't have that type of syndrome who will wait till the 30s or 40s to get married. There are a lot of black women who want to get married in their 20s. There's a lot of black women who dreams about getting married in their teens. So I don't think where he gets that's coming from. Are there some black women like that? Sure, there's some. As if some white, some Latinos, some everything. I lived in Michigan, I lived in Florida, I live in LA. This happens. This happened in America in general. So to particularly pick a black woman, well, first of all, black don't crack. Period. Black men or black women, we don't crack. I don't care 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. We always look. As black people, we always look younger in our age. But like I said, I don't think it's a big problem of how black women, specifically black women, they wait till their 30s, 40s to get married. I think that's untrue. I think a lot of women, especially black women, or just women in general, they do want to get married somehow, some way. I just feel like especially here in 2023, with all these podcasts of as men versus women, men do this and women do that and everything. How it's been really, really big here in 2023 and everything. And if we say something kind of like a viral about each other, black women or black men, it gets the most viral out of anything, out of any other races. When it comes to relationships and when we kind of attack each other, it gets viral. Like it did with Umar, or you see other podcasters we know or we don't know on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. It's a big thing in our community and everything. I just would think, in 2024, and I know for us here at Country Couture, we definitely gonna preach this out some more of how we can really, really just build together. What issues we need to fix in ourselves as black men, what issues you need as what issues you need to fix, as black women as well, and just learn how to work each other and build together and everything. Because all this stuff, we just keep poking on each other. That's not gonna get us nowhere. There's no solution. So hopefully in 2024, we just, as we'll be kid that, just be more solution based and everything, and just try to fix this stuff so we can see, black people are more married and everything. Because I know in my family, especially my mom's side, I'm seeing a lot more of my cousins is getting married. I know my mom and and other people, eventually she want to get back there and get married and everything, because it brings us a strong family, and that's what I love about my family and everything, because majority of my family's married and we just have a very strong family bond. We might take family vacations, we might meet up in Christmas, Thanksgiving, some birthdays and everything. Just having a really, really strong family values and everything. So hopefully in 2024 we can talk more about that instead of picking on each other. As black people just gotta push ourselves away to the drama and everything. Even though drama generates money, I get all that, but sometimes money is not important. Money is not important than to kind of pick and poke in our community and everything. So please, 2024, let's turn this chapter around and let's figure out a way to build each other up and find some solutions.
Definitely. You know what the real issue is here, and I don't know if some of the ladies can comment on the thing. So, since black people are on a microscope, black women is on a double microscope. So now women's decisions are getting vilified. So if she says she doesn't want to have kids, or she wants to wait later to have kids, that's a problem. Or she wants to get her money and wait later to do that, that's a problem. And we see this because we go in these spaces and a lot of people are looking at our white counterparts, our Hispanic counterparts, and saying, now don't get me wrong, a lot of us want traditional women, but that's not there's a lot of women who don't want to be traditional. And I think the whole point is not to crucify them for that. If she didn't want to date through her 30s, didn't want to date through her 20s and 30s, that means she didn't find nobody who fit the mold for that. Or she grew up in a household where they say don't trust, you make sure you take care of yourself and don't trust no man. Or you got some people who mother was a stay-at-home mom and they seen that that was a horrible experience for them. They don't want to live like that. That doesn't mean there's not all black women who don't want that. There's a lot of black women who want to be stay-at-home moms. But I do think that for the women who wants to get married after she done lived her life, and I think that's another part that we don't have a conversation about. More and more women wants to live their life before they get into a relationship. A lot of people understand it takes work. You're locked down. You can't do things without the answering in other people. And they say, before I get into this, let me go live your life. And no problem. I was not going to vilify those people who want to do that. And I think that's where the issue comes.
That's true. And I think here's another thing. And the problem is, and I, like I said, I see that a lot. When I was growing up and everything, is when they're like it's and especially comes out with fathers and mothers if they have a daughter and everything. So I know if I have a daughter, I'm not gonna say worry about yourself. You don't need a man because I will be. I would say that to her. You don't need a man, but I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Or or like I say, in a certain situations of maybe the daughter parents is not married, maybe they have to separate and anything. Go ahead, King. We must say.
Hey, I didn't mean to cut you off, but shout outs to Sherry Bryant, shout outs to Bobby Bryant, and listen, yesterday was
Hmm.
the young king's birthday. Yesterday was Wiz Kid's birthday. Happy birthday, Wiz.
Happy birthday, brother.
Wiz coming up under the ranks. Big soldier, big bottles, big money. You know what I'm saying? I just wait and listen. I can't wait to get older so I can be next to you and we can ball. That's all that is, baby. You know what I mean? I got just one quote for you. Victory favors the brave. Don't be scared. I know you a soldier. Your mama and Bobby a soldier. So let's get out here and let's get it. So happy birthday, Wiz. Go ahead, my brother.
Shout out to Wes, man. Happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday. But yeah, get back to what I'm saying. Okay. But yeah, going back to this being a parent, if you got a daughter or like a daughter or the son, I feel like, we need more to say, not well to the daughters are not needing a man. Like I said, I feel like that's kind of hurting our community in a way. I would say if you want to wait to find out the right one, cool. But I feel like when you say not needing a man, that really hurts because you work better together than by yourself. Because as you see your 20s right there, it's harder to be have a single life. It doesn't matter how much you make and everything. If you make 50,000 to 100,000, 150,000. Especially living in these big cities like I'm in LA. How can you in Miami, New York City, Houston, and everything? It's tough. It's tough out here. It's really is tough. And I just feel like we definitely we're better together than we are apart, and really pick it. Dang, that's okay. I like that, King. Happy birthday to you, Wiz. Happy birthday. But yeah, man, this really help working together and everything just to find solutions because what we doing right now is just really picking on each other and what Umar was saying, everything about the black woman syndrome. Are there some women like that? Sure, but we just figure out a way to just really work together.
You're right. And I want people to look at this from this point. If that's what she wants, I want her to want that because I want some things. So I don't want to be vilified when I want some things. We need to accept people for who they are, when they are, how they are, and don't be mad about it.
Yeah, Sugar said most people don't date older or younger in America, which is true. Chocolate Earth, she said, hey, Omar ain't married, which he's not. And what did Gore say? He said, Gore said, I can't we take Umar seriously? Wasn't he exposed by the conscious stripper last year? He was tricking the donations on
Yeah, he
here.
was.
He
He was.
was.
He
He
was.
was.
She was thick too, though.
Hmm.
She was thick, the conscious stripper.
Hmm. Yeah, that's how he do. Umar be getting in trouble somehow, some way, and everything. For sure. And then Why High, shout out to Why High. He said Umar got this right on this one.
Yeah, he did say that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
But
you know, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You gonna say?
I I I'm not gonna lie to you. I myself had to get older and learn to accept people for who they are. Women especially, because I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of men can get caught up in their own mental state, thinking that you know what's right for women you meet. And I learned that there's a video my cousin sent me one time where he said that everybody's journey not the same. The problem is black people, we want everybody to be the same. We want a lot of people to think the same. We want a lot of people to follow our ideologies. Tell him I love him, baby. Tell him I love him. And listen, if I had a son, it would have been him. For him. But really, it would have been him already. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? You're doing good in school. Your mama big you up. You're a good man. I know you're gonna be you're a good brother, a good son. hmm Hoyt, you said not black man, not black woman. It's your woman. Not black man, not. He said not black man, not black man. It's your woman. Okay. Look, Hakeem Jordan in the chat. Shout outs to Liberated Souls.
Liberated soul.
Listen, ain't not. Listen, I want him to get emotional because here's the thing. Here's the thing. You are special. And if ain't nobody told you that, we gonna tell you that. I don't even gotta know you to say that. Your mama is special. And you know what I mean? I give her a lot of credit. I give your family a lot of credit. I give your older brother a lot of credit. I give Black a lot of credit because you're gonna be something special. You'll know it, but you just hearing it from a stranger. And we're telling you you're perfect just the way you are. That's what a birthday is. You was here for a reason. You know what I mean? Life could have went something different, but God made you here so we can be blessed to be in your graces. And I think it's a blessing. That's why every kid is a blessing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You made your mama grind harder, and she is blessed to see you got some things that she is in you. And you need to really give yourself credit. You know? So the main thing about this is we need to appreciate our women a little bit more as far as what they want. And I think that since they say black woman is our women, right? Is that what he meant in that statement?
That's what he meant.
Hoy, I like that you say that. If that's our women, then we need to be accommodating. I know a lot of men might not hear that, but a lot of men don't know that other races accommodate their women. I rarely go on podcasts and hear white men diss or trash black women, but I rarely hear white women trash white men. They keep their business in house. They got a certain friction there, but it's a respect level that we don't. Us, it's easy for us to do that. And I think that appreciating and loving our women for what they want is that and to accommodate them. Because let's be real about something. I could point 5 older white women who done got married that are famous. And I'm sad to I gotta give that. There's women who in their 60s still get married by a white boy. There's single mothers still get hollered at that are white. It's an issue for us for some reason. We want to vilify what the women want. It's a lot of career white women who go after they gold, lawyers, doctors, CEOs, and I don't never hear they get talk shit. There's a lot of Indian women doctors, a lot of Indian women optometrists. You feel me? You know what I mean? So loving, I'm gonna let you go because I don't want to get in tears. Go ahead.
I know. I see what Bobby Bryan is saying and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, man, you're right, Akeem. It's and I always what you're saying. I'm always thinking about that. Christian Rock and Blueface, how they go viral every single day, every day on all the blogs, every single fair, all because all about all the dysfunction that we see
Yeah.
every single day, and people like it, and people be commenting and everything. And I just hope we be done with them in 2024, man, because I'm sick and tired of them. I know we all sick and tired of them. I'm
No,
definitely sick and tired.
100%. But we the only ones who put our dysfunction on display.
Mhm.
I bet you, and I bet you any amount of money, if Blueface loved her the way he should love her, she wouldn't be acting the way she acting. Sometimes it takes a man, the way you present yourself and the way you go about things, she's gonna just give you the same energy. I learned that growing up.
Mhm.
That's why you never hear me. We never had hard talking points about black women so negatively because we understand them. A lot of people don't. They understand us as messed up as we is, as sometimes we fall short, sometimes we are disrespectful. Sometimes let's if we want to go apple for apple, a lot of us don't want to date. A lot of us don't want to date and have kids until we're in our 40s, until we get our money. That's a typical thing for black men. And then when we do get the money, we're very arrogant and egotistical about it. There's a lot of not so nice.
But you hear from the other race, they say it's like a standard. You hear from other races, it's like a standard. But when we say that, it sound like we're narcissists, we're egotistical, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
me, to me that should be the one of the right things to do it. For especially in our society, kind of wait a little bit, prolong it to your 30s and 40s and everything.
yeah,
Because sometimes, black men, it takes a little bit longer than other races to get our money right and everything, get our money situation and everything. And I get that, and I totally get that. So if some men want to wait till their 30s and 40s, that's only fine. They can have kids in their 50s, 60s, and 70s and everything. They want to do that. I think to me, he just, he knows himself and he just being smart about it and everything because I know he want to be when he hit that edge, he has his money right and everything. He just want to make sure he provide, make sure kids don't have to worry, wife don't have to worry, even the wife might still be working, but he said, hey, I can take care of majority of the bills, like maybe insurances, rent, mortgage, car notes, and everything, and just make sure he's secure, and then the woman and the children will be secured as well.
100%. I think that we need to have a hard conversation amongst each other. But first off, I want to comment what Chocolate Earth and Sugar Bum said earlier. Umar's not even married. He has kids that are out of wedlock, so he's not in the place to be giving any advice as far as how black women are when he has repeatedly fallen short. And this he preaches a lot of black love for black women, but we have yet to see him marry one. Jordan, you know what makes you ahead of all of us over here? You did something most men won't do. You married your queen. That's the hardest thing most black men can do is just sign that piece of paper.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand how much of a big flex that is that you're married to a black woman and you've been with her for so many years. That's a flex.
Yeah, I get that, King. But I just didn't understand how rare it is to see that until y'all told me about how the dating scene is and
Hmm.
everything. Not just you, for everybody else and everything. And I look at myself like, yo, are we? It's like you must be in a rare bunch, because like till we live in LA for 5 years, we still don't know nobody that's married in a black community. We're still looking.
You see, and then listen here, y'all have a lot of friends there who are not couples.
Yeah,
Y'all like the like when I tell you that when I met you and you said that you was married, I said he already fulfilled the requirement of being pro black. I said that's it. That's it.
yeah,
You married your queen. And then another thing is too, you actively praises her. You actively do this. I don't think You actively support her. We don't do that in our community as a whole. We judge each other one another, and this for men and women.
Mm-hmm.
For men and women, because there's a lot of misandry going on, and I can understand there's sentiments of women who has some things go on, but we're not going to get nowhere trying to do this, and that's why I say Umar Johnson's statement is very disingenuous.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about something you have daughters who are older, and you know what I mean. I wonder if they're married. Why haven't you found you a wife to help you? If he was married, the school would have been built already.
Or just being have fun at a damn girlfriend at that.
Listen. A black woman on your team, she's gonna hold you accountable for slacking off.
Yep.
He's able to slow down, like he don't got nobody to manage his day-to-day business or tell him,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, you sure you ain't finished that yet?"
Mm-hmm. I
Or
thought you said you were gonna do this. I thought you said you were
yeah,
gonna do this. A black woman gonna say, hey, I thought you said you were gonna do this. A
gonna do
black woman
this.
said that. I hear it all the time. Hey, babe, you said you was gonna do this. What happened? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
you
I
right.
gotta keep. I gotta continue. Let me do this. A black woman always gonna say that. You say, hey,
Always
you
have.
said you was gonna do. You said you was gonna do this. Especially if you promise.
Thank you. Or they see you know them like that for you to be dapping them up. But he hasn't. So he's talking about, oh, this and this. A woman can't get married if we don't propose. A lot of men don't want to get married. A lot
Yeah.
of men want the, a lot of men want a lot of men want to get stuff for free. Let's be honest about it. We talking about it's a pandemic. If a woman haven't found a man that's to her standards, and this is the issue too, where where they want women to lower their standards, but men we ain't lowering it. Most of y'all don't want to date fat girls.
I was gonna say this, Hakeem, too. I'm gonna leave it a parent field too, but a lot of them they give it out for free too.
They do, they do.
Because I kind of want to have it even till as
No,
well.
no,
I
no,
was
no. We
gonna keep it
right,
even.
we right. Shame on them too, because they the ones who making it hard for women who want to date and get married not to get married. You the one who are allowing yourselves to be side chicks, mistresses. You accepting married men in your DMs. So now married men think everybody is a free for all. So when we talking about dating in a whole, it's a multi-layered situation. Umar just said something real quick and didn't address it from a whole point. Yes, there's some women who got financial standards. Yes, there's still women who want a physical standard. Some women want somebody who can make them laugh. But am I going to judge her if at 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, she don't want to date, she just want to have fun and travel? Because her mama ain't do it. Different time, different era, different price. Your mama couldn't work back then. So a dude had to make sure you were straight. You getting the money now, so now you able to enjoy life the way men do it. We conquered the world. We get to travel, plug holes all over the place. So I'm not vilifying any woman for what they want. I support it. There might be some things that I might not want, and that's just me. And this is the thing that I wish Umar Johnson said. I say, hey, Umar should have said black women should have what they want. Because there's plenty of black women now who don't want to work. They just want to be home and take care of their kids. They just haven't found the right man who stand up enough to go do that.
I got another question for you, Hakeem. Do you feel like, not just a black man, a black woman, I'm gonna put the word compromising. Is that a problem in our community? Because I feel like that's a problem.
Oh, yeah, I do think we do compromise a lot. I do think black women compromise a lot. I don't think black men doesn't compromise because we don't care about money at Denton. So we'll take somebody broke. We'll take somebody off the street. Love you too. Love you. Shout out to the voice of
Hey,
Venus.
Voice of Venus is in the building.
Shout
Welcome,
out.
welcome. Good
Welcome,
to see
Queen.
you again. Happy holidays to you, sister. Happy holidays.
Holiday. So black men do not compromise when it comes to women. And we do not do conflict resolution. And I don't want this to seem like I'm on 100% on black women's side when I say this. Black women do compromise because here's the thing: if she a lawyer, she's gonna date a janitor. We've seen that happen before. Some women will get somebody who is not well um well versed in things, but she still would give him a shot due to her race obligation. You see how I phrased that, right? A lot of women make decisions based on race. We ain't gonna answer that. They already know how difficult it is out here, and this is says he's one of us, and I want my kids to be like this as as an unspoken duty that she feels like she has to do. So she does compromise. How many women out here who are professionals have babies from street niggas? How many of them? How many women who were married and had babies and them dudes wasn't nothing and they left? So now the kids is being raised by another man because that's just how the game goes. So she does compromises as we go. We don't have to compromise. I could get you pregnant today and walk away, start my life all over again with no problem and say, yeah, she was a bad baby mama, not understanding the story of it. Even women who are young with 4 to 5 kids, with from different baby daddies. If you ain't grow up in the ghetto, you don't understand what's going on there. That's why I watched the Kendra G show and a lot of people and in the comments, hey, you don't know what you don't know. That's how the situation plays itself out. So when we talking about black women, their dating preferences and what they have to do you forget how we started and where we at? We still 20 steps behind. So our women are 30 steps behind the white woman. It's so fact, and still there's a small percentage of black women who've made strides. The overwhelming percentage women are still struggling. It's a lot of girls at Dunkin' Donuts and Burger King out here thugging right now, making sure their kids eat. You know how many times I go to Winn Dixie for lunch and I see young girls, young black girls, and this is, I start work at 5:30 in the morning. I see
Right.
young black girls at work who they should be in college or at a foreign exchange student place. And I'm like, damn, this girl look like she 20 something, but I bet you if she did that early, she has to have a baby. Because any woman who that young ain't gonna be working at no retail if she ain't really getting her education together.
True.
You get what I'm saying? You get what
I
I'm
get what
trying
you're
to say?
saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it hurts me to say that what decisions she had to make that put her in them situations like that. Should we blame her? There's a bunch of white women who are trailer park trash. Nobody don't say nothing about that.
Mhm.
So when we talking about black women dating preferences, I want to. Dr. Umar Johnson from North Philly, and I told him victory favors the Braves. Your life can go anywhere. So you got 10 black women coming out of one situation. Out of 10, 2 will make it. The rest baby mamas. Nuances. Go ahead, mama.
That's true, Akeem. Yeah, that's true. That's kind of how the life it is and everything. And like I said, I do agree. Like I said, black women, they have their preferences. They have their preferences. That's your man. You have your preferences. Have your preferences. If y'all don't fit, don't click, just move on. You don't have to talk about each other. Just move on. If it don't fit, it
That's
don't
it.
fit. Just move on. I just feel like we just waste time just to talk about each other about, you should change your preferences and everything. No, if a person want to change their preferences, let them change it themselves. If it's not working, maybe they'll change themselves. Either you're gonna learn the easy way or you're gonna learn the hard way. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Definitely.
I will say any last word before we go to our
Yeah.
next topic. Go ahead, Akeem.
My last preference is this. Like, I don't even get mad when women talk about divesting. It's too much black women out here.
Mhm.
You know what I'm trying to say? So if that's her preference, that's her preference. But we criticize and vilify. So as men, we need to be in these talking spaces talking about, okay, she don't want to date She wants to get her money together to make sure she's set just in case you fall short. Am I going to blame her for that? No, her daddy told her to do that. Let's stop blaming them and start trying to accommodate and understand where she's coming from and what place of trauma that she has to live that. Because some of these women ain't grew up with no men in the house. So the only thing they know is taking care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's my final point.
I and I agree with you, Hakeem. Like I was born in a single parent household,
Mm,
and my mom did a wonderful job with me and my brother. But in order for me to be a man, I had to really go out in the world and to see what the world has got for me and everything. And I say that to any other man who's been raised for a single parent household, or who doesn't have a father in their life. If you like I said, if you don't have your father there, I would advise you, go out move to another city. If you go to college and everything, probably a major city, or go to the military. They'll treat you. They'll whip you into shape for sure, definitely for sure. But yeah, but that's my final thoughts on this. Okay, people, we'll go to our next topic. This is a spicy one. So as you guys know, YouTuber Tasha K, she is getting sued again, but not by Cardi B this time, by Kevin Hart for extortion, for definite extortion. So I'm gonna read this a little paragraph here. So Tasha K is in legal trouble again. So Kevin Hart sued Tasha K for allegedly trying to extort him for $250,000. In illegal documents obtained by the blast, Kevin Hart claims Tasha K sent a representative from her blog to Kevin in November of 2023, saying that she had an interview with Kevin Hart's former assistant, Mashia Sheikh. And if he didn't want the damaging interview to come out, he had to cough up $250K. He then sent Tasha K a cease and desist, saying that she did not have permission to discuss any story about him, and he wouldn't be paying her any money. Tasha then posted a snippet of an exclusive interview on her page, a move that Kevin and his legal team looked like a threat. They believe in that Tasha was attempting to send a message that if the money wasn't paid, she would release the entire interview. You have already engaged in criminal conduct and torturous acts that would entitle Mr. Hart to maintain, damages against you should he elect to commence civil litigations. Regarding this matter, the lawsuit states to extend that you do not cease and desist now. Your liability for such monetary damages will increase as you will expose to criminal penalties. So we got a couple of videos getting the details of this Kevin Hart suing Tasha K. After that, we're gonna chop it up real quick. Go ahead, Akeem. This is the interview that Tasha K was talking about. So go ahead, Akeem.
You worked for was the Hart.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Eniko Hart.
Eniko Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in non-disclosures and they're not able to talk and protect themselves. Mm-hmm. But you have to protect the person you're working for. Where's your protection?
When did things start to turn up around there?
The extortionist. I'm listening to Mario on the radio in the morning. I almost crashed my car because I heard him say that Kevin's best friend, JT Jackson, had set him up.
In exchange for millions of dollars.
All the charges were dropped against JT, but they weren't dropped against Kevin.
They redug up, I guess, old LGBTQ jokes or something.
Correct.
That he was saying on Twitter, and they wanted him to apologize, and he said, fuck you.
Haley is his publicist, so she called me. She was just like, hey, Maisha, have you spoke to Kevin? I was like, no. I was like, Dave Becky just called me, his manager. Why? And then she was like, the whole Oscar thing Kevin needs to say it.
The machine you worked for was the Hart.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Eniko Hart.
Eniko Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in
claiming that she wants $250,000 from him or she's gonna post an interview she did with one of his former assistants where she gives out all the tea on all the bad things Kevin Hart's been doing. Now, Tasha K posted an interview that she just filmed with one of Kevin Hart's former assistants called Maisha Shakes in November 2023. They put it on Tasha's website for everyone to see, and that's where Kevin Hart claims that she's making false and defamatory statements regarding him. If you don't know who Tasha K is, she always posts interviews with like crazy details of former assistants. She had put one of Will Smith's best friends on her website with a crazy interview where he said Will Smith was hooking up with dudes and all kind of stuff. So she's doing her thing, and I'm a subscriber because I want to know the tea, to be honest with you. But she interviews real people who really worked with celebrities, so they get real details, allegedly. Now, Kevin Hart is saying that one of Tasha K's assistants called Kevin Hart and said, yo, this interview is bad for you. So guess what? If you don't give us $250,000, we're gonna publish it. They kidnapped Kevin Hart's secrets and then called him up and said, listen, we want 50 million in 50s, 20 million in 20s. You want any fives with that? So apparently there's a ransom that they called him for, and he wasn't gonna pay up. According to Kevin, they called him and said, listen, the stories that are about to come out, which have to do with your marriage and business dealings, would be damaging to your reputation. Supposedly, then he's saying that Tasha K posted a quick clip of the interview online, which she did, talking to Maisha Shakes, his former assistant, and supposedly the interview was a threat to Kevin Hart for not paying the ransom. Now, I did watch this clip before the interview went live, which basically she was insinuating that she caught Kevin hooking up with like some thick white girl that he had brought into the office, and they were hooking up inside of his office. And apparently this assistant had her office inside of Kevin Hart's office. So I guess she went in there early and caught them, according to her, allegedly. Now, the interview just went up a few days ago. She posted it on there. You know, I had to get the tea and see it. If you guys want me to break down that interview, leave me a comment. It's some juicy details on Kevin Hart, which we don't know if they're true, obviously. According to Maisha Shakes during the interview, by the way, she touched on several legal disputes in which he had been involved and alleged that the father of four has a gambling addiction and is a habitual cheater. Now, we know Kevin Hart history about getting caught cheating before. Supposedly, his best friend recorded him and tried to extort him later. And now, this girl's trying to extort him too. So it seems like a pattern of, what do you know, if you got information that might make me look bad, oh, you're trying to extort me. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but Kevin, it's not a good look, player. Every time somebody got something bad to say about Kevin Hart, oh, yeah, I'm gonna sue him for extortion, and her for extortion, and that person. Everybody's just doing this to get money out of me. Which it could be true, to be honest with you, because he got a lot of money. Either way, just flip a quarter. It can go any way. Now, to be fair, Tasha's interviews before have got her in big trouble. Cardi B sued her, and she won her lawsuit for $3 million because on this interview, she talked about Cardi B doing all types of bad stuff and hooking up with dudes and getting paid money to sleep with people, and there's a bunch of stuff, allegedly. So she actually sued her, and Cardi B won. As soon as the court ordered Tasha K to pay her $3 million, she immediately filed for bankruptcy, which is what I would have done. But unfortunately, the judge said, that's not it. And she said, you still gonna be liable for these $3 million, even though you're bankrupt. So get your money right. Maybe that's why she came after Kevin Hart with this interview. She needed some extra money to pay Cardi B. I'm just kidding. So let me know if you want more details about this interview. It's insane, people. Kevin Hart, another extortion plot. I don't know what's going on here. More news is probably going to come out. So you got to stick with me. Follow me. Make sure you check in on me every day for all the newest details.
Yeah, he rapping too much.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So Constantine, she got sued again, and like I said, she got sued by Cardi B, and so far she's still didn't pay Cardi B yet. And now, now she it seems like what Kevin Hart says, he's Tasha K tried to extort him to give him 250K, but Kevin's like you're not doing this, so I'm gonna sue you. So what's your take on Tasha K? If what she learned, or did you think she's doing the right thing, or she just won't, she will never learn?
She's walking. She's walking to a path that it's gonna be to no return. She's gonna end up like Wendy Williams. You remember Wendy Williams? Like, this is the Wendy Williams template, and look where Wendy Williams end up at. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get over on exposing people. Like, that can't be your content. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do that and then talk ish at the end of the day, no, mama, we can't support that. Get yourself out of that. A lot of people are not going to want to stand next to you. You know what I mean? And that's my take on that. And my other take on Kevin Hart, fam, you already had a scandal a couple years ago. They caught pictures of you in a hotel. Like, keep the straight and narrow. You got a wife, you got kids, you got millions of dollars. Call it a day, baby. Like, you know what I mean? This is the problem where these guys who get money need buffers. You know what I mean? So they don't get into no trouble. But it's easy. If he was doing it straight and narrow, there wouldn't be nothing to expose. That's my take on that.
Yeah, King. Tasha K. There was a time a couple years ago where a lot of people were scared of Tasha K when that with that what's his name? What's that guy that kept on cheating on his wife? What's the shoot?
Who?
Uh,
You talking about Antoine Fuqua?
no. The guy that cheated on his girl and then cheating on his wife with a bunch of women and everything. The influencer, the black influencer, this shoot,
Oh, Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson. So at the time, a lot of people when she broke that Derek Jackson, a lot of people were scared and everything because she was on Derek Jackson's ass at the time. And content like that kind of make her big and everything. But when you try to really, like what I say, what's good is black media to the public, then only speak bad about, blacks and everything. Which, Tasha K has been kind of really, really lean into and everything on that type of stuff. And and when she messed with big time celebrities like Cardi B, which she got sued, she still owe her money. And now you mess with Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart got bigger bad than Cardi B. And so, and now she's suing her and everything. I just feel like Cardi B is like you keep doing what you do. You just gonna keep digging yourself into a bigger grave, and a bigger grave. You're gonna be on a lot more people because you mess with Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart got some money to pay some lawyers. He got better lawyers than you. The lawyer you had with Cardi B. They couldn't stand against Cardi B lawyers. And the lawyers you got, you didn't vet that lawyer's property and everything. So, with Tasha K, trying to, ask, 250K, or I got some more stories and everything, you in a minefield, Tasha K. You in a big old minefield, and you got to tread softly what you're doing. Because Kevin Hart's not playing. Now I know, Kevin Hart, he probably probably has some past that we don't know about. Of course he does. There was like I said, Hakeem said there was a thing happened a couple of years ago with his wife and everything. His wife didn't like it, his kids didn't like it and everything. He apologized, did what he did and everything. Now, if I know you did some other stuff too. I just feel like, hey, if you would have did what you did, where are the NDAs? What are people you paying up and everything so you stay solid and everything? Because if this is true, if Tasha K got the information and everything, another big thing can come up, and another big case can come up to you and everything. And then on top of that, if this is true, there might be, if you was in New York, you might be one of these black men like with the Diddy's, the Vin Diesels, all these cases coming up, of women getting assault and everything. Kevin Hart, you do not want to be in that situation. So hopefully you don't want that. So hopefully Tasha K don't have that type of information to put that out, because if she has that type of information, and then also Kevin did this to me as well. Man, I don't want to see that for you, brother. I do not see another black man or big time celebrity being in that situation.
Another thing is too. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead. Finish. I'm done.
Tasha need to be careful. Like, if you're known for exposing people, nobody's not going to trust you. Nobody wants to do business with you, because then they know that you're only out here to profit off of the demise of this. Why I just said something really say, what's good with black media to public? They only speak about blacks. I don't see Tasha K exposing Hispanic influencers or white influencers. Then I could say, okay, this is her business. You know what I mean? But she only does it to her own people. Her own people. And I'm like, hey mama, like you're gonna end up hurt one of these days doing that because some person, if you're gonna jeopardize so much money that it's gonna do. Bobby Bryan say just be faithful. Don't be too greedy. Accept what God gives you. And you don't need an abundance of it. If you're gonna be like that, just be like that.
Yeah. And like I
Yeah.
say, even though in another situation, he was in this situation, well, they didn't sue yet, but the Will Smith and Jada when Tasha K interviewed I think it was Will Smith's former assistant and everything,
Yeah.
talk about all these things about Will Smith and everything. They haven't sued yet, but maybe they will and everything. But you just kind of keep digging it. You digging yourself, and all of a sudden say, hey, you gonna get sued. And
Trust
this
me.
is what happened. This is what happened to you with Kevin Hart and everything. So we, like I said, we definitely gonna hear from Tasha K from her show. I don't know if she comes on tonight or Friday or whatever. So we definitely gonna be hearing her part and everything. So like I said, it's not done yet. We still gonna hear more of the camp from Kevin Hart's camp as well and everything. So and maybe you never know. Maybe Tasha do have something on Kevin Hart that Kevin Hart might not know, but. I don't with the lawyers that Kevin Hart has, strong lawyers. I don't think he's gonna come out.
Hey, and
Who's that about? Is that about right? That's about. Oh, that's you. It says
yeah,
hey.
that's me. That's me doing that. That's you
Okay.
too. Yeah, but that's really all I got to say on that. Just Tasha, watch out, man. Like, just do good. Come back to God.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Y'all, we're gonna end a little early tonight. But we appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming out. Like I said, Ronnie's not here. He'll be back on Friday. We're gonna be on the original. 6 o'clock. We'll be out for 2 hours. We're gonna have a bunch of topics for you guys. But hey, man, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit the notification bell because we do come live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Remember, Friday will be our last show for 2023, and then 2024 we about to explode. So I'm gonna shout out to a few people. Shout out to Wiz. Happy birthday to you, Wiz.
Happy
Shout
birthday,
out,
Wiz.
shout out to Bobby Bryan. Shout out to Sherry Bryan.
Sherry.
Shout out to Sky. Why High, Sugar Bum. We love you. Voice of Venus. We see you. Who else we got? We got Gore. Shout out to Gore. The Voice of Venus. We see you. Chocolate Foundation. Chocolate Earth. We see you. Why High. Thank you. Yeah, yes, I met anybody on Twitch that came up. Oh, and shout out to what's his name? Anybody on Instagram, Hakeem? See if we can find that person.
Oh man, right? Yeah. I know we got some people on this. I be forgetting to be watching.
Oh, shout out to TWD on my channel. Shout out to you. See if we get anybody else before we leave. Also, before we go, also make sure to hit our community tab. Still got the Chaos Culture Radio T-shirt for you guys. The hats still working on. They're coming in 2024. Coming soon. And make sure you guys get our coffee mug if you want to put coffee, tea, whatever. Take a sip, and also when you take a sip, make sure you get Hakeem's Black Love. It's still out there, so please support us, guys. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Still got a couple shout outs. Still got a couple shout outs about to hit up right now. But make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, and please continue to hit that like button, and make sure you hit that notification bell because we appreciate you so much.
There's no more. I want y'all to drive. Hey, Bobby, Sherry, y'all drive safe and get home safe. Everybody would love y'all. And we out. Yeah.
We are out. Chaos Culture Radio.